Good day and welcome back. Let's continue on the next presentation, linear equation in two variables. Like we have just presented, I did my last tutorial on linear equation in one variable. In today's tutorial, we're going to see how to solve linear equation in two variables. Now we are going to do this uh, solving this using the first method, substitution method. I'm doing this because it's related to this thing. When we have a linear equation in two variables, to solve it, right, one of the way we're going to use the substitution method. Yeah, a pair of two equations in two unknowns, right, is known. They are called simultaneous equations. Simultaneous equations. So whenever I have two equations, a pair of two equations in two unknowns, they are called simultaneous equation. How do we solve simultaneous equation? We are going to look at the first method, which is substitution method. The substitution method transforms the two equations into a linear equation in one variable. So how do we do this? We take the first equation, right, and make one of the variable, one of the unknown, the subject of the formula. The subject of the formula. So for instance, you make your choice. Life is a matter of choice. Look at it. In this equation, which one do you want to make the subject of the formula? You can take y, you can take x. So I'll take any of them. I'll use the two and you see how it works in this tutorial. But when you are solving, you use one. So for instance, I will decide to make x the subject of the formula and use in solving. How do I do this? Let me copy the equation 1. So this is equation 1, right? I have two equations. This is the first one, equation 1. I want to make 2x the subject first. That's the first thing. I want to make x the subject. So I have to collect all the terms that I want to make the subject on one side of the equation and all the terms on the other side. Like we say, we use addition and subtraction rule of equality to move terms on both sides of an equality. So I have 2x minus y equals to 3. How do I move y from here? So I add what? Y on both sides since it is negative y. So I'm going to have 2x minus y. That's what I have. So I'm going to add y on both sides. So I have 3 plus y. So I've added y on both sides of the equation. Now negative y plus y, like we have said in the other tutorial, if you are not going through it on equalities, you go through that. This one is nothing. It represents 0. Negative y plus y is 0. So I have 2x equals to what? 3 plus y. The next thing now is to divide both sides by 2. Since it is multiplied to x, 2 is multiplied to x. I use now the division rule of equality that if I divide the same quantity on both sides of the equation, it leaves the equality unchanged, right? So I'm going to have 2x divided by 2 equals to what? 3 plus y divided by 2. I'm doing division because 2 is multiplied to x and I want to make x to stand alone, make x the subject. So 2 cancel 2, leaving out x equals what? 3 plus y over 2. Like that, right? Now, this is my new expression for x. I'll copy this one and replace in equation 2. So I'll putting in equation 2. So this is my value for x. X is equals to this. I'll copy this value for x and replace it in equation 2 for the position for x. Copy for x. X is 3 plus y divided by 2. I'll replace it here. So I'm going to have 3 plus y divided by 2 equals plus y equals to what? 6. Now the next thing is to remove fractions. Let me put it on a line first. The next thing now is we have transformed this two equations now into what? An equation in one variable. We have one unknown here, which is just y, right? So that's a linear equation in one variable because all the powers here are 1, 1. The next thing now is for me to clear the fractions, right? So since here 3 plus y is divided by 2, that's the only fraction I'm going to multiply all through by 2. So I'm going to have 2 times 3 plus y divided by 2, like that, plus 2 times y equals what? 6 by 2. 6 times 2. Now, 2 cancel with 2. We are doing multiplication by 2 because this quantity is divided by 2. Follow my tutorial on how to apply the rules of equality. Now, when you divide 2 by 2, it gives you 1. You are left with what? 3 plus y. So I copy 3 plus y. And then here, plus 2 minus y. Sorry, this is multiplication. Sorry, 2 times y is 2y equals to what? 12, right? So that's 12. From here now, I have 3 plus y. I add like terms. I have y plus 2y. It gives me what? Since the next step of solving, we have seen how to solve this type of equation in one variable. We collect all the terms of the variable on one side, right? We see that y plus 3 plus 2y is just 3y plus 3 equals to 12. So if I have one thing and I have two of those things, in total I have three of those things now. So I have 3 y's plus this 3 here equals to 12. So I have 3y equals to what? Now, I'll have to solve this linear equation in one variable. We have seen that in the second tutorial. You can check. I'll send the download link on my comment section. Now, I'll have to clear this 3 off, right? How do I send this 3? We say that in solving equation, we collect all the terms containing the variable on one side, the left hand side, and we send all the other terms on the right hand side. Since here is added, 3 is added to this, it means that I'm going to subtract, right? Subtract 3 from both sides of the equation. So I'm going to have 3y plus 3 minus 3 equals to 12 minus 3. I've done it on both sides of the equation. Now 3 minus 3 gives 0, right? So I'm left with what? 3y equals to what? This minus this is 9. 12 minus 3 is 9. So from here, since 3 is multiplied to y, I'm going to divide both sides by 3 to make y the subject. Like we say, division rule of equality. You can check down. Now 3 cancel 3, giving out y equals to what? 3 divided by 3 is 3, right? So that's the value for y. We said that x is equals to what? 3 plus y over 2, right? So our goal is to solve for x and y that satisfy equation 1 and equation 2. So x is equals to what? 3 plus y divided by 2. This is the value for x. So I'm going to take this value of y is 3, right? I'll copy it and put here. So I have 3 plus 3 divided by 2. 3 plus 3 is 6, right? Divided by 2 gives me 3. So in finally we have x equals to 3 and y equals to 3. So this is the value of this is how you use the substitution method in solving simultaneous equation. Like I said, you can make any of the variable the subject. If I make y the subject here, I'll come and copy the value of y and put in equation 2. Whenever you make the variable the subject, copy that value and replace in the second equation. For instance, let me demonstrate with an example. This is how we use the substitution method. I'm going to show you the different criterions. Now, if I make x a subject here in equation 2, I'm going to have x equals to what? I subtract y from both sides, so I'm going to have 6 minus y. Yeah, you can do that. I've been doing that with you guys. So you follow the same procedure. Subtract y from both sides since here is plus y. So I'll copy this value of y and this x and put here. If I use the equation 2, I'll put this now, putting in equation 1. I'm going to have what? This is x, 6 minus y. 2 into what? this is 2 times, bracket means multiplication. So I have 2 times 6 minus y equals to 3. Basically, that's what we have. So I have 2 times 6 gives 12. 2 times negative. Here is positive 2, right? A number without a sign. Positive times negative is negative, right? 2 times y is just 2y minus y equals to 3. Now I have 12 minus what? When you owe 2 things and you owe another 1 thing, in total you owe 3 things, right? So I have what? Negative 3y equals to what? 3. Now I'll collect all the terms containing the variable on one side of the equation. So I have negative 3y here. And then since I want to solve for y, right? In that case, what am I going to do? I'm going to send all the other terms on the right hand side. So I have negative 3y. First of all, I have 12 minus 3y. So I'm going to subtract 12 from both sides since I want to send 12 that way. Minus 12 equals to what? 3 minus 12. So 12 minus 12 is 0. So I have basically negative 3y equals to what? Negative 3 minus 12. Take it that you have 3 things and you're owing 12 things. In total, you're owing what? 9 things. Because you pay your debt. So just take it that if you owe 12 francs to your friend and you have 3 francs in your pocket, you give your friend that your 3 francs, and you still be owing that your friend 9 francs, right? That's why I have negative 9. You can do this on a normal line, but it is tedious. But you can compute this in your calculator. Now, since negative 3 is multiplied to y, I have to solve for y. So I'm going to do what? I divide both sides by what? Negative 3 to make y the subject. So I have negative 3y divided by negative 3 equals to what? Negative 9 divided by negative 3. Basically, this and this goes. And you're left with y equals to what? Negative 9 divided by negative 3 is just positive 3. Whenever a positive number is divided by a negative number, it is positive. So that's the value of y as we obtained above. We can also come here now. Since my x, we said x is equal to 6 minus y, and my y is 3. I copy that 6 minus 3, which is 3. So this is how you use the substitution method to solve the simultaneous equation. Once you are solving the 2, right? You see that 3 plus 3 is what? 6. So you satisfy equation 2. Then you put here 3 times x. 2 times 3 gives 6 minus 3, 3. So the answer you get must satisfy equation 1 and equation 2. So that's how you solve simultaneous equation using substitution method and equalities. Basically, this is a beginner's guide to algebra. Yeah, from 5 mathematics. So that is how we solve simultaneous equation using the substitution method. In another tutorial, I will demonstrate to you guys the other methods to solve simultaneous equation. Then keep in mind that this method is easy and super cool. Thanks for watching. Please, if you are new to my channel, kindly hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so that whenever I drop new content, you'll be the first to be notified. And kindly drop your likes and dislike about this video in my comment section. Please, you'll meet the download links in relating to the other videos on my comment section. Thanks for watching once more, and see you guys again in my next tutorial. And until that, stay amazingly blessed, and bye bye.